Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Can't believe I'd said that out loud. Anyway, welcome to my channel. So, for those of you that don't know me, and that would be pretty much everyone watching, apart from my mum. Hi mum. My name is Nick Castle, and I'm a registered osteopath. And I've been thinking about starting the channel for a while, and I thought now's as good a time as any. So, the focus of the channel is going to be kind of dual in the sense of it's going to be targeted towards therapists and patients, so hopefully there's going to be a little bit of something for everyone. I've got about 10 minutes before I need to leave to go and see a patient, so this is going to be just a quick introduction, a little bit about me, why I've decided to start a channel, and we'll see where it goes. I think there's no real aim of the channel in the sense of I want to have a certain amount of subscribers or shares, likes, comments, whatever YouTube does. It's basically just to share some of my knowledge, and if I can help one therapist or one patient, then I'll consider it a good job. So I have the obligatory tree, which I'm pretty sure is in the YouTube guidelines in terms of how to start a video. I haven't got a fancy setup, so I'm just using my phone. The only thing that I've actually invested in is the microphone, because I think you can sit and watch a poor video quality as long as the audio is good and you can hear everything. Whereas I think if the video is amazing and they've spent loads of money on that, but you can't hear and understand, then you switch off and you go on to the next video. So this is pretty much the only thing that I've invested in, which is this little smart mic here, which I've only just started using, but it seems pretty good so far. So it's Bluetooth enabled, there's no wires getting in the way. And I've tested it, and the sound quality is pretty good, I think, for what I'm going to need it for. Obviously I'm sat quite close to the camera now, but there'll be times where maybe I'm demonstrating an exercise or something where I go back there and you should be able to still hear me pretty well. So like I mentioned, so I'm an osteopath, so I qualified nearly 5 years, 6 years now actually, yeah, this last year has shot by, so it'll be 6 years in September. Before that I was a sports rehab therapist, and I knew that I wanted to go on and study a master's, and the choice was between physio, osteo and chiro, and I thought I'd do a little bit of investigating. So I had a back issue several years ago, and I thought now's a good time to go and see an osteopath, a physio and a chiro as a patient. So I did that for 3 or 4 months to compare, contrast, see what I liked, and obviously to help my back, but just to see where I wanted to take my future career really. And yeah, long story short, I preferred the way that the osteopath worked, the way that they approached the body, the treatment techniques, the combination of different treatment techniques. So one of the videos I've already got planned is the difference between an osteopath, chiropractor and a physio. So I'll discuss that in that video. But for me, osteopathy just worked really well. It was a really nice combination of everything, and that's why I decided to become an osteopath. So now my current role, I am working at university, so I'm a clinical tutor, and I'm running the on-site sports rehabilitation clinic at a London university, which is great. And now I'm just seeing patients for home visits. And again, I'll discuss that in one of the videos, I'm sure. I did have, well, at one point I had 3 clinics in London. I'll put pictures up here maybe. And I had the last one up until October 2020, and I was due to extend my lease, and given what happened in 2020, I would have had to extend for another 5 years, and it just didn't make sense. I love my job, I love seeing patients, but who knows what's going to happen, particularly back then, in terms of clinics, and rent being in London is very expensive. Not to mention business rates and everything that comes on top. It's not a simple kind of rental and then that's it, you've got no other fees. So when you take on a full-on clinic, you pay for everything, and there's a lot in there that you don't know about. Again, it's going to be another video. So yeah, at one point I had 3 clinics in London, had about 10 to 12 therapists, so a mix of osteopath, physios, sports therapists, sports rehabbers, beauty therapists and aesthetic doctors. When I had all 3 clinics, 2 were gym based, so 2 were in gyms within London, and then 1 was a standalone clinic. So it worked really well and it was great. And I think for the ego, to have my name across a big building in London was pretty nice. The novelty wore off quite quickly, but it meant I could do my own thing and I could run it the way that I wanted, which was amazing. I've changed now to just doing home visits, and again I'll discuss why I've done that and some of the benefits to it. It's worked out really well for me, but again, another video, so I've got about 10 video ideas of what I want to do. I've reached out to, again, some students and therapists that I've taught, and then patients as well that I've treated, in terms of getting some ideas, and there's a long list already, probably 10 to 20 ideas already, so there'll be a little bit of a crossover, I think, naturally, but I'll try and separate them so that they're smaller kind of bite chunk videos, so that you can watch. I'm going to aim for kind of 10 to 12 minutes for each video, just to keep it short and sweet. I quite like some of the more in-depth videos, and I'm sure there'll be some along the way, but I think 10 to 12 minutes it's that nice time of, if it's a 2-minute video, you kind of don't bother, because what's the point? And if it's a half an hour video, you need to set 30 minutes to sit down with no interruptions. So 10 to 12 minutes seems to be the magic spot. So like I said, just invested in the microphone. Hopefully this comes across well and you can hear me. The setup is going to be here in my flat, or probably driving. So I do a lot of driving to my home visit patients, and it's about an hour or two combined. So hour there, hour back. So there's lots of prime video time. So obviously it would be safe. So this isn't Bluetooth. I don't have to touch the phone. I can concentrate on my driving, but I can just, so the angle's not going to be great, but the content and the audio should be the same. So I probably will even take my microphone, just in case I have an idea whilst I'm driving and I want to record it down. So like I said, sorry, this is where I probably should beg for subscribers and thumbs up and all that kind of stuff. So hit the subscribe button and like the video, and hopefully if I get a little bit of motivation and support from you guys, I'll try and record a video once a week if possible. That's the plan. Not going to make any promises, so obviously life's going to get in the way at some point, I'm sure, but the plan is to record one video every week, so we'll see how that goes. Like I said, there's not going to be lots of fancy edits and transitions between takes. One of the reasons why I've put off doing this is because I didn't want to spend loads of time sat on a computer, or my whole day is spent talking to patients, trying to encourage them not to sit all day at the computer, getting up, take regular breaks, again, which is going to be something I'll be talking about. So I didn't want to spend hours and hours sat on the computer editing this. So hopefully the quality is good enough that you can hear and understand me. Seeing me is a little bit less important at this point, unless I'm demonstrating an exercise, but hopefully the rest of it you'll be able to hear me clearly. So I'm going to have to shoot off now because I need to go and see a patient. Like I said, I'll probably bulk this out with some videos and maybe some cool background music once I get to grips with iMovie on the Mac. But like I said, this is just a little quick introduction into me, the plans for the channel. I've put off doing it, various reasons. I guess the main is that I'm not the most confident on camera. I've taught and lectured for 10 years on and off, so I'm happy speaking to a group of students, but sitting talking to a camera with no feedback is, well, it reminds me of some of my lectures to the students now on Zoom. But it's a little bit out of my comfort zone. It's strange to have no feedback and just feel like I'm talking to myself. So hopefully my skills will get better as I do more and more videos, and hopefully you'll see kind of confidence up and up and up. I'm hoping that I look back at this video in a year's time, 2 years time, 5 years time, and think, wow, can you remember when I used to be that bad? So future Nick, good job, keep it going. And past Nick, well, let's hope there's lots of room for improvement there. So there's probably going to be lots of bad editing where I put some of this to video together. It kept coming up to say that there was no storage left. So again, how much of this video is going to be in one smooth take, who knows? There's going to be some blends. I might even try and do some fancy stuff so you don't notice when I've had to cut the camera and then start again. So we're coming up to 10 minutes now. So like I said, I'm going to jump in the car, go see a patient. I might even carry this on whilst I'm driving, but we'll see. So again, another shameless plug. Please do like and subscribe, and like I said, that will motivate me to make some more videos. Hey guys, just wanted to jump in there with a bit more detail about my background. So started off as a kind of a fitness instructor, personal trainer back when I was 16, 17 years old. I was going to a local gym, just working out myself, and the owners basically, they could see that I was quite passionate about it and asked if I wanted to just come and help out and just oversee some of the members there as they did their workouts and just write very, very simple exercise plans. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Some of the clients had injuries and, sports injuries, back pain, neck pain, that kind of stuff, which I found really interesting. So I started to do a bit more research on to see what I could do to help them. It was evident that I needed to study more, but it was something where I thought this was where I could see myself working for many years. So with a background in playing football and enjoying football and basketball and most sports, looked at what opportunities were out there, and sports rehabilitation appealed to me. So that's what I decided to study at university. I shadowed many other therapists in that time, osteopaths, physios, chiropractors, and at that stage I thought sports injuries is where I want to be. It seemed like a kind of a fast track into working in professional football. So did that, completed that in 2009. So it was a 3-year degree program that I did undergraduate level. Decided to then volunteer at some professional football teams near me, and did that for 4 years. So worked in some football teams, worked at other therapist clinics to build up my experience. Knew that I wanted to pursue a master's at some point, so was working for about 3-4 years, and then decided it was the right time to apply, but I didn't know what to apply at that time for. So the choice was physiotherapy, chiropractic, or osteopathy. So I did a little bit of research myself. I had a back issue at the time and thought, right, now's a good time. I went to see one from each profession, so an osteopath, a chiropractor, and a physiotherapist, to compare the different approaches to me as a person and to my injury. And for those of you that know my current status, I decided to pursue osteopathy. So I did a 2-year master's, and it was available as what's called pre-registration. So because I had my sports rehab degree, I could do it in a 2-year time frame. So there was myself, and everyone else on my course was a physiotherapist. So there was 9 of us in total, and we did a 2-year master's to become a osteopath. So I graduated from that in 2015. So yeah, 6 years ago now. And so have worked at various levels within football, in the Premier League and down to League 2. And then I've worked in international football on the women's side. So I worked with the England women's team, which was amazing, and travelled around, went on tours and training camps with them, and then worked with the Arsenal women's team as a consultant osteopath. And then I've lectured at undergraduate and postgraduate level on osteopathy programs as a clinical tutor and technique tutor. And then I have taught sports massage courses to undergraduate and postgraduate, again, physios, osteopaths and chiropractors up and down the UK. And then now I see my private patients in the evenings and the weekends, as I was saying earlier. And that's the end of my first video. So thank you for making it to the end. It wasn't as painful as I thought, actually. So if you have any feedback, please do comment below, or if you have any particular questions or a video that you'd like me to do, then again, feedback is welcomed. If you have any specific injury questions, obviously, that you don't want to share, then you can email me. So it's just my first name at firstnamesurname.co.uk, so nick@nickcastle.co.uk. If there's a particular injury or something that you don't obviously want to kind of share publicly, feel free to send me an email and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, look forward to the next time. Take care, bye for now.